Alrighty, we're talking about Pluribus. I'm going to do two different ones, the first 5 episodes and then the last 4. And I want to thank Paul Chatto. I watched his review of the whole thing, and on a lark, I was like, okay, I'll see, because he's a Canadian and he's in the entertainment industry, so maybe his, attenuators aren't quite. But no, he was spot on with all of it. You can find that review. I don't need to leave a link. So the main character is basically a girl boss, lesbian, independent woman, don't need no man, but still needs a phallic implement. But anyway, and it's the end of the world. Well, the end of her world, because how many times have we had the end of history, the Berlin Wall, the fall of Rome, that sort of thing. World War II, World War I, Peloponnesian War, French-American War. We can go on and on and on. When there was the end of history. So for her, it is the end of the world because her girlfriend / manager is succumbed to this whole thing and she dies. This virus, which acts like a virus, but is more of a communicable kind of disease-ish. And I like that they're really brutally honest about, this is what it would be like under communism, under socialism, under fascism. It's the same fucking thing. There's 12 people in the whole earth that are immune, and she is one of them, Carol, and she is an unlikable character. She is a fucking Omega Karen like you can't believe. And while I have no sympathy for her, I want to see what happens to her and this journey. I know that sounds weird, especially because the group, the body politic, whatever, however you want to describe them, is trying to be like forced happy and compliant, but trying to make Carol happy and compliant with all the other 11, 12 people in the world. And I think there's 7 that speak English. I had watched this last week, and so I'm going from notes in my head. And God, if I got to the point where I have to have notes to write this stuff down. Oh, boy. Anyway, so she finds out that they can only tell the truth. And so she tries to get her model, her lady pirate model, because she's a writer, to tell her how to reverse the process or something like that, or how to break these chains and so they can all go back to normal. Why would you want to do that? I mean, seriously. So and it's very, they're at least happy. I like that she gets very upset with the one guy because he's got a harem now and he's loving it. And they're like, well, it makes him happy. And she's just disgusted as a right lesbian feminist would. And I like the Indian mother whose son is within the co-op, the group, the collective, but just reads her the riot act. Why are you making them cry? Because if you get them emotional, they all kind of like in unison, which is very interesting. And then come to find out that they all just didn't click over and there were a couple billion people, almost 3 billion, that died because they wouldn't convert or something like that, or it was just you had to kill them. Hopefully they'll talk about that in the last 4 episodes. But I really want to talk about, all right, so she tries to kill her. Well, no, she drugs him with heroin, the lady pirate, or cocaine, I can't remember which. Sorry, I'm not a proper druggie. And when she starts going into convulsions because she can't say it, they kind of like all just kind of surround her and like let her die. And then she's like, oh, I can't move to bed. And they get her hooked up in that part of the body. And it does remind me somewhat of the Return of the Archons, TOS. Look it up, how they act all in unison. And so she falls asleep in the hospital, and then they just leave. They're like, fuck this couch, fuck this crazy bitch. And she picks up the phone, and I like how the TV is like they're talking to her, but it's like, oh, we're trying to be personable, but it's the collective, and basically say, yeah, we still care about you, but we just need our space. So step the fuck back. We're gonna leave. Our feelings haven't changed for you, but we just need some space. Oh my God. So one fucking Omega Karen has the power to fucking get an entire planet of compromised or one body, one mind, the Unimind, to be like, nope, bitch, you're just gonna leave you alone for a while. And I like that they're trying to find ways to absorb the last 11, 12. So they're completists. I like that. But it's a really good show, and it's not what at all what I expected. And I ask people, I'm like, "Oh, do you have Apple TV?" And a lot of people don't, and that's a shame because it's actually a good show. I'm surprised that Apple even made it, but it's great, and I fully enjoy it. I can't wait to watch the last four. So tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Bye.